Caden Honeycutt, Kyle Sousa side by side, they make contact again.
Wow, Sousa paid for picking the inside line there. Really got snookered on that restart. Caden Honeycutt stuck right with him and just blew by him using that preferred outside line.
Yeah, he really did. And look at the number 5, trying to close that gap on the number 2. We know Caden Honeycutt's fast. He's the number 1 of this race, and now he is pulling away.
Yeah, and leaving them to duke it out for second.
Ooh, they're on the wall
at the moment.
Wow.
Kyle Sousa, who was able to pull away a little bit with old tires, now on the same tire cycle as the rest of the field, lost the lead, and now trying to get it gathered back underneath him and see if he can track down Caden Honeycutt and get that lead back.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to do this or not, because Caden Honeycutt is pulling away quick, albeit they did run the same lap time, but he's already got half a second gap, and that's a pretty good one here to track like this.
Yeah, especially a track like this where it's very hard to make up time, and then once you get to somebody, it's very hard to make a pass because the preferred line is right up there next to the wall, and you don't want to deviate from it too much.
No, that's for sure, and you can see a few more guys using that wall up off the corner to try and get that run down the back straight away. Caden Honeycutt pulls away again by 1 more tenth. Kyle Sousa running down all the way down to the apron of the racetrack just for trying to find something. I think some of these guys are going to need strategy to get in front of the leader.
Yeah, Sousa searching right now for some speed, but really not finding it. 2 laps ago, they ran the same lap time. That time, he was 2/10 off of Caden Honeycutt's pace. So he's looking around. He's trying to find something, and props to him for doing so. But right now, he's not finding it.
No, he is not, and he keeps dropping back from Caden Honeycutt. Going to look back here through the field just a little bit to see if we can find a couple battles for you guys, but it looks like most of them are pretty spread out besides the 20 of Travis Smith and Matthew Gabois. As they come down the back straightaway, they are right on each other's bumper.
Nathan Hoover in the 20 and the 8 of Travis Smith trying to sort out the battle for the 7th position right now. Travis Smith trying to make it happen on the inside, not quite able to do it as they head down on the 1.
No, and you know what? You start to see here a bit of a bottleneck as they come down the front straightaway into turn 1 and 2. The 8 of Travis Smith down the inside of Gabois, and they're just trying to hang on for dear life.
Yeah, Hoover has that 7th position, but between him and 6th place, Dan LaFoe is about a straightaway right now. And you can see
they make contact! Hard in the wall, it goes to number 20.
Around from contact with the number 8 of Travis Smith, and I was just about to say, these guys behind him, watching the rest of the pack just walk away, we're going to get impatient trying to get around him, and, well, they were so impatient I couldn't even finish the thought.
Yeah, I would say we jinxed them, but I think they did that one to themselves there, folks.
They didn't even give me the opportunity to completely jinx them.
That's pretty rude in my book, actually.
But it's understandable. I mean, we've been saying it all throughout this broadcast. It's very hard to pass here, and this was obviously a pass that was very important to make because while they're trying to battle and get around the 20 of Nathan Hoover, the rest of the pack is going a long ways away. On a track that's only 2/3 of a mile, these guys were probably about 1/4 of a mile away. And when that's happening, you got everybody stacking up behind you, and even the leaders are going to be closing in on you too. All of a sudden, you find yourself trying to battle just to stay on the lead lap instead of get a good finish.
Uh-oh, we got a lot of cars staying out, and a lot of them who've been at the back of the pack all race long. You know what that means for the restart.
Among the cars that have stayed out is the 8, which made the contact that brought out that caution. We'll see if he decides to dive on pit road this time. Okay, he is.
I don't know what the point of the 12 staying out was, if he could clearly see the 8 and the 13 staying out, because now they're just going to send themselves even further in the back of the pack. Lots of cars coming onto pit road again.
Yeah, I will say this. There were a couple of cars that looked like on the last caution that struggled to keep themselves from going a lap down.
Oh, they wrecked under caution!
Oh, no!
Drama continues. Wow, this race just gets a little bit more and more interesting as time goes on.
You got a replay of that wreck?
I'm trying to figure out what car was that exactly.
Trying to find it.
Either way, this is interesting, folks. It's back a little bit too far, I think.
It's the 21. It's the 21.
It's back a little bit too far to bother with the replay there, but that is competence at its best. That is how you get it done here in iRacing. Record under caution.
I'm able to look at it right now, and, well, I'll tell you that it wasn't a matter of wreck him under caution. The 21 of Mark Velho somehow, while just riding around under caution, catching up to the pace car, managed to spin himself out. I don't know if he downshifted right in that moment based on the way that the car jerked around. Not that you can see it, but he was just putting along, and then suddenly he was spinning himself out. And then a couple, I'm sure, bewildered drivers coming across this had to try to miss him, and some did it better than others. Not something that you expect to have happen under caution.
No, that is not, and looks like we're going to have to go racing once again here at Lucas Oil Raceway. I think the pace car light should be off this time around. We're down to 13 minutes left of broadcasting, folks, so let's hope this thing ends here soon. Number 10 looks like he took 2 tires along with Josh Hurley and Gary Sexton and Kyle Souza, all taking 2 tires to my knowledge. Actually, not too sure about that one. Let me double check. Yeah, they must have in order to get that far up.
One thing that I want to document, we mentioned that the 3 of Eli Hinton managed to lose 2 laps a couple of cautions ago. This little rash of cautions and carnage that we've had recently has allowed him to get back onto the lead lap. He's currently running 16th.
Pace cars in one more time. Barry Hines, Josh Hurley, Gary Sexton, Kyle Souza, Caden Honeycutt will lead the field. Laying them back, coming down the front straightaway, and green flag back in the air. Barry Hines and Josh Hurley side by side into turn 1.
And once again, that inside line isn't going to be the way to go as the leader. Here comes the 5 of Josh Hurley around the outside.
He hit him! 3 wide, 4 wide down the back straightaway.
Gary Sexton in the 6 slides through to the lead, leaves Honeycutt and Souza to battle.
Oh, they wrecked behind him! Oh, man, the 11, the 5 bounces into the wall. Big trouble. Big wreck behind him.
Yeah, Josh Hurley just came up and set off a lot of contact, and the caution comes out.
That's the big one, again. So the 5 looks like he gets into the number 11. What interesting racing.
It was really, really tight off of that corner. The 11 was riding about a car width off of the wall. I think the 5 expected him to be a little bit higher, but he wasn't, and that set off a lot of contact that ultimately brought out the caution.
The 24 and the 3 are in the wreck again. They just can't stop getting wrecked tonight.
Oh, wow, yeah, the 24 got lit up. There was a lot of checking up for the carnage that was happening in front of them, the chaos with the contact between the 5 and the 11. The 24 appeared to be the last of the cars that was checking up, and the 13 of John Peddle just kept the pedal to the metal and just rocked the 24's world.
He saw the fire and he added the fuel and it took off.
Very explosive combination there.
Yeah.
And ends with a lot of damage for poor old Angel Rodriguez Villalobos.
Yeah, I know you're not supposed to swear on commentary, but poor bastards.
Nobody report anything to the FCC.
What? We're done? Oh, damn it. Ooh, the 21 gets the lucky dog who wrecked under caution last time. So this race just keeps getting spicier.
And if you're wondering if any of the other splits might have been cleaner or might have had, any other variety of racing, let me just tell you, this is the split. This is all of the folks that decided they were going to do a fixed. This is all of them. And this is the show that they're putting on. Yeah. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These folks that are racing are paid subscribers. And that's how I would describe their driving ability.
It's very good. Very. Man, these folks on this racetrack, they know how to get it done. Gary Sexton, he's in the lead. He's led about the last 5 laps, and he's doing great.
Well, Gary Sexton, I mean, he really benefited from being a little bit patient and being in the right place at the right time as the two in front of him were making contact with each other on the restart, not giving each other an inch. When they slid down the track after their contact, he just scooted right on by and took over this lead.
All right, fun fact, folks. We've had 6 cautions for 27 laps, and it's going to be 28 by the time this caution's done. So almost half the race has been under yellow flag. What a surprise. The short track on iRacing. Beating and banging, caution after caution. But the hope for us is that we can get some green flag racing in because, Tyler, we're done in 9 minutes.
We got 9 minutes to do 19 laps. It's about 20 seconds a lap, I want to say, when you're under green here, 22 seconds or so, which means it should be doable, but one has to wonder how many of these laps are going to be under green.
Probably none of them. That's my bet. They might get 5. Or is that a little inaccurate, do you think?
You think they'll go 5 laps green total between now and the end of the race? I mean, that's not out of the question. I mean, if you don't count like going green and then wrecking in turn 1 as a full lap, then yeah, that's not out of the question.
I mean, here's the problem, folks. If they wreck again, we basically got to end this broadcast.
Well, we'll see what happens. They're getting them all stacked up in turns 3 and 4, getting ready to get going again, and an early start from Gary Sexton, not going to allow himself to fall victim like the 2 previous leaders before him. He gets clear before they get to 1.
Look at these race cars. Some of them with the bad damage like heck, and number 1 of Caden Honeycutt down to the inside of Kyle Souza. Oh, geez, they're bouncing off each other already. The number 5 looks like he got in the back end of the fork, or whatever yellow car that was. He doesn't exist anymore. The 24, he got sent backwards.
Oh! Contact between Souza and Honeycutt coming off of turn 4 and allows Honeycutt to clear. Now Souza puts himself into the wall looking for that shady speed boost.
You know, this is one of these races you need about 10 cameras, 10 different spots. Here comes Honeycutt to the inside of Sexton. He's been to the front, he's been to the back, and now he's back up front.
Souza almost loses it off of turn 4, able to get it gathered back under him, and now a slide.
Oh, he's in the wall! Oh, the wall!
Gary Sexton did everything right, was polite, and now he's getting bumped back to 3rd for it.
You know, if you're racing a short track, you've got to learn to be mean. You've got to learn to channel your inner Dale Earnhardt, because look at him. At the back of the pack, you've got about 7 cars all on top of each other. But Caden Honeycutt continues to pull away up front.
Gary Sexton about to get kicked back another position from 3rd to 4th. Give 3rd to Josh Hurley coming off at turn number 2. Sexton's going to have to slide in line heading into 3.
Yeah, these guys don't know what's happening right now. We've made it 4 laps green here at Lucas Oil Raceway. The number 11 getting passed by the 12 at Dubois on the high side. 2 by 2 down the front straightaway.
And back up at P2, Kyle Souza in that number 2 car. Almost lost
the 4 gets into the 11 at the back.
Lots of contact and lots of sliding everywhere. The big slide from Souza has put the battle for 2nd back on the radar as Josh Hurley was able to make up a ton of time on him.
The 11, the 4, the 8, 3 wide as they come off turn 4. Dice it back out to 2 by 2. But Dan LaFoe trying to find his way back into the top 5. And so's the number 4, Posey, still hanging on the inside. Travis Smith going to try and pull away as they come down the back straightaway.
Alex Posey trying to recover from some early troubles after running up front at the beginning of this race. Working the inside of the number 8 of Travis Smith. Not able to get the pass done. Now not able to slide up in front of the 7 just yet. Looks like he'll be able to do it in 1 and 2, though, if he wants it.
Number 4 to the inside of the 8. Going to try and find his way back as he tries to get a charge towards the front. I know he would not mind seeing another yellow flag. He is doing his best, Tyler. He was all the way back in 20th spot, only about 30 laps to go, and here he is up in P7.
10 laps to go. That battle for 7th sorts itself out.
We got to look for 2nd.
Right now, the battle is for 2nd. Josh Hurley to the inside in the number 5, challenging the number 2 of Kyle Souza for 2nd. As they work their way through 3 and 4, they sort themselves out back to single file for now.
I just wanted to point out, Caden Honeycutt has a 3-second lead right now. No one is catching him by the looks of it without a caution flag. And at this point, if you get another 4 laps into this race, the race is over. So I'm hoping for our sake we can make it to that because we can't afford to have another caution broadcast to finish on this. But look at them, folks. They are just right on top of each other all the way back from 2nd to about 13th.
Looks like Souza has sort of regained a rhythm that's been able to establish a little bit of a gap between him and third place Josh Hurley, but it's not enough to track down Caden Honeycutt, not by a long shot. He's 0.4 of a second slower each lap that clicks by.
No, just looking back from Josh Hurley to Gary Sexton, getting right up against that wall, then in turn 1 and 2, doing about the same thing again, diamond in the corner.
Oh, a slide job attempt from the number 4 of Alex Posey ended with him just slamming the wall, but
no front
he
end.
got himself the high line, and it worked out for him.
The Wayland Modified of Alex Posey finds his way back to the top 5, giving a good shot to Mathieu Dubois. They come down the front straight. That 4 is on a mission, and he is coming after Gary next. He better watch out, and it looks like the 8's going to give a little love tap to the number 12.
Yep, the number 12 of Mathieu. Good boy! Needs to hold on if he's going to be able to keep this 6th spot, because the 8 of Travis Smith wants it, but now Smith finds himself duking it out with the number 7 of Dan LaFoe and now the 3 of Eli Hinton.
Yeah. Eli Hinton got both his lats back, and I know he desperately wants to get back as close to the front as he can. If a caution comes out, the race is over. Caden Honeycutt, 4.5 second lead. No battle there, but we got a battle for second, as it looks like Josh Hurley's down the inside of the number 2, Kyle Souza.
Yep, once again, this battle for second raging on. Josh Hurley trying to find a way to get around Souza. Very difficult, though, because that high line is just so preferred. Souza struggling to get around here, but it's even more of a struggle to work that inside line, especially when you can't.
The number 4 just throws it in. He makes contact with the 6 slightly as they come off turn 4. Then in front of him, you got Hurley to the inside of Kyle Souza. This is amazing racing, folks, up at the front.
And the yellow flag is out.
Caution is out. We got a crash. I don't know who it is. I just know we got an accident.
It's the 8 of Travis Smith.
Damn. Yeah, he hit the wall off turn 4. And thank you guys for tuning in. It looks like Caden Honeycutt's going to be your winner here tonight. Tyler, any last words of wisdom?
Got to put the bumper to him, even if it means you die at the same time.
Thank you guys for tuning into another WINSTEL-Vision broadcast. Sorry about the first 30 laps being messed up on screen. We got to fix, and we're back Sunday for the Winstel Cup Series with the old K&N car at Laguna Seca at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys for watching WINSTEL-Vision, and see you all next time.